Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio, so today we've got news of the new Pokémon TCG Pocket set. And ladies and gentlemen, this one's gonna be big. This one's gonna be very, very big. It is called Celestial Guardians, and it is coming out next Wednesday, the 30th of April. And there are many reasons to be very, very excited about this set. We got new EXs. We've got a card which I didn't think we were getting, but it turns out we totally are. For what it's worth, we are also getting the first partner Pokemon from Gen 7. This is, I should say, a full Gen 7 themed set. No mucking about, no ifs, buts, or maybes. We have gone full Gen 7, full Sun and Moon, full Alola here. And we've actually got two sets of the first partner Pokemon from Gen 7. It's kind of pointless trying to read too much into them yet. But we've got one where they're all 60 HP. And the Rowlet does single energy 20. Litten is 30 and 10 to itself. Not bad, incidentally. Turn 1 going second. And the Poplio is also single energy 20. And then we got another one where they still all have 60 HP. But now Litten's gone to single energy 20. I.e. they've all got one of those attacks. But then the Rowlet does 10 to one of your opponent's Pokemon. And Poplio puts one of them to sleep. We're not going to spend much time on these because frankly, we need to see the evolutions. But what we do have are new EXs, like, for instance, Solgaleo EX, which is one we all should be maybe getting a little bit excited about. And what we got from Solgaleo is an ability that says you can just jump into the active whenever you feel like it. If Solgaleo is on your bench, you may switch it with one of your active Pokemon. Cool. That's a nice ability. It's also a very Solgaleo-y ability. We've seen stuff like this with Solgaleo before. Plus 180 HP is obviously very high. 2 energy, 120, plus 10 to itself. This is going to be good. I feel very confident about this. Build it up on the bench, switch into the active, 2 energy, 120. I am kind of loving Solgaleo. But don't worry. I know there's going to be some of you out there going, well, hang on a second, Wassy. Solgaleo's all well and good, but weren't there 2 Stage 2 legendary Pokemon in Gen 7? Why, yes, there were. So let's have a look at Lunala EX. Also has a very nice ability here. What we've got is Psychic Connect that says once during your turn, you can move all of your psychic energy from one of your bench Pokemon to your active. Crucially, it does not all have to go onto Lunala, which is very good, but it's all psychic energy from one Pokemon, which is not as good. I'll be perfectly honest with you, it's just not as good. It's not as fun, it's not as good, it makes us frankly a little bit sad. What can we do about it? Nothing. But it's not entirely ideal. The attack on Lunala, by the way, you're talking free energy 100. That's not good enough. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. It's not good enough. I don't like it. I don't think it's going to be any good. So I think the ability's really good. I think as a support Pokemon, this totally holds up. But I think as an attacking Pokemon, it leaves quite a lot to be desired. But before I show you the last DX, there is one card here which should have jumped out to you amongst all the others if you are a Pokemon TCG player of the main game, and that is Rare Candy. We have been waiting for Rare Candy, and I was genuinely starting to think the way the game is designed, maybe we just don't get Rare Candy. Maybe Rare Candy is just a card we are not going to have, but it totally is. Choose one of your basic Pokemon in play, and then you just evolve it straight into a Stage 2, skipping the Stage 1. You cannot do it on your first turn, or on a Pokemon that's put into play this turn. But if your Pokemon's been down for a turn, i.e. would be allowed to evolve anyway, ho ho ho, this lets you evolve it. Absolutely absurd. And now I'm looking at 2 energy stage 2s, very much like Solgaleo. Turn 1, you attach an energy. Turn 2, you rare candy, evolve into it, attach a second one. Solgaleo can be a legit turn 220 and it switches itself into the active. I am well aware you need to hit rare candy and the stage 2 to make it work. But I'm telling you right now, if it works, you're going to win like almost every game. You will win an absurd amount of games, ladies and gentlemen, where you can just go first, or go second, really, I suppose is better, and then get your turn 2 Solgaleo hitting 120. It is going to be ridiculous, and yeah, this changes everything. Basically, to put it simply, every single stage 2 in the entire game just got a lot better. Please do not sleep on how ridiculous this card is. This card is absolutely ridiculous. Seriously, ridiculous. Hey, while we're talking about stage 2 Pokemon, can I interest you in Lillie? You see, Lillie's got a nice little supporter card here. And what it does is it heals 60 damage from one of your stage 2 Pokemon. But have a look at that card. It's clearly an immersive card, right? Like, I'm not the only one seeing this. That's clearly an immersive card, which is bizarre because we don't get immersive supporters. This is the first immersive supporter we've seen so far. Good supporter, but this is a very big deal. Also, there is a lot in this reveal that we need to have a look at. Now, Alolan Raichu, to carry on, we've actually seen the special art version of it, which is lovely. Also, it really is absolutely stunning. The regular we've had to cut out of the trailer, so that's why we don't have quite as clear a look. But this again looks like a very, very, very nice EX. What we've got here is an attack that for free colorless energy does 60 damage, plus 30 more for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Against any remotely energy-hungry decks, this is going to be really, really good. Keep your eye on Alolan Raichu EX. And look, to be clear, it is only going to be good against energy-hungry decks, but it's also colorless energy itself, so that's pretty cool. Also, those of you that were playing in the Sun and Moon era, I cannot be the only one that's looking at Sun and Moon cards being EXs, feeling a little bit weirded out by this, can I? I cannot be the only one that thinks these should be GXs. It's weird. It's a bit of a disconnect going on for me here. Now, that's all we've got in terms of EXs, but don't worry. We've got a bunch more supporters, and of course, they are all Gen 7 themed. Of course they are. This is the Gen 7 set. So we've got ourselves a Lana here. You can only use it if you have a Raquanid in play, but you switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active. Gusting is always phenomenal. Literally always phenomenal. We've already had Cyrus, which will let you go and get a damaged Pokemon. This will go and get anything, unless a Raquanid is absolute hot garbage, and honestly, maybe even if it is, Lana is going to be great. Also love the artwork. We've then got Kiawe that lets you choose one of your Alolan Marowak or Turtonator, and you can attach 2 energy from your energy zone to that Pokemon. Oh, and actually, while we're here, we have seen Alolan Marowak. Now, we've only seen the special art version of it, but it's free energy, flip 2 coins, it does 70 for each heads, but unless you flip double tails, you also get burn. And I would be saying, mate, this is way too expensive, don't worry about it. But because we've got Kiawe accelerating energy, I'm not sure it is too expensive. It might actually be kinda good, which is lovely. We've got Ace Roller, unless you choose one of your Palossand or Mimikyu that has any damage on it. And you move 40 of its damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So you're not just healing 40, you're moving it to the active. Also, you'll notice here we're saying cards like Turtonator, Palossand, Mimikyu. I can't show them all to you here, but it is confirmed they are definitely coming. Mallow heals all damage from one of your Shinotic or Serena. You then have to discard all energy from them, but you're fully healing. And Sophocles, we've not got quite as good a look, but it looks like during this turn, attacks used by Vikavolt, Togedemaru, or Alolan something do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. But you'll notice these are all lightning Pokemon. So it has to be an Alolan form Pokemon. It's the only one that works. And I went on Cerebi.net and I had a little bit of a look at Alolan form electric Pokemon. And it could be the Alolan Golem line. But then if it was going to be that, it would be the whole line, surely. So it's got to be Alolan Raichu. Not confirmed, but I would consider that to be incredibly likely. And then we got ourselves an Alima here. Puts one of your colourless Pokemon that has any damage on it into your hand. Get some healing rolling. That is quite nice. Oh, a minute ago I showed you Rare Candy. I forgot to tell you about Rotom Dex. You look at the top card of your deck, and then if you like it, brilliant. If you don't, shuffle your deck. Well, yeah, this is actually really good for consistency. Anytime you can get a little bit of a consistency boost in any way, it's awesome. I'm not saying this is going to be a staple in every deck, but I am saying that in any deck where you're sitting there going, I've got 2 spaces, what do I do with them? This will actually be a pretty good answer to what do I do with them, because it's going to give you extra consistency. That's a good thing. I like it very much indeed. And then there's just a few other random cards that were just shown off during the trailer that we might as well mention nice and quickly. We've got an Alolan Vulpix, which takes a water energy from your energy zone and attaches it to this Pokemon. Not terrible. We've got an Oricorio that for a single energy does 20 damage, but if any of your Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an attack during your opponent's last turn, it does 80. These revenge attacks are often pretty nice. We've got an Alolan Meowth that's just single energy 20, and a different form of Oricorio that does 2 energy, 40 damage, plus confusion. And I think that's everything that has been revealed from the set to date. Like I say, there is a lot going on. Oh, sorry, we've got like frames and binders featuring Rowlet. If you're into Rowlet, it's awesome. There we go. I've told you about that too. So now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this set. Do you love Gen 7? Because I'm telling you all right now, I love Gen 7. So I'm excited about this, but I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section. Get us! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.